Hey, what's up guys, Bajheera here. Got some of my chest day workout for you guys, and this is a workout that, just to mention right off the bat, I did kind of push it to the limits a few times during this workout. So, I did want to talk to you guys a little bit about my sort of training mindset in terms of training to failure. Now, when I do my exercises, pretty much no matter what I do, I mean, I'm not really ever ending a set feeling like I could do too many more reps. And that's just because of my own personal preference. I think a lot of people sometimes just try to crank out the reps, and if they could do more reps, that's fine, but they won't do any more because that's saving it for the next set or whatever. But for me, most of the time, my rep range at any given weight is determined by how many reps I can actually do. So, I mean, if it really came down to it, on these particular reps where I'm doing these 6x6, I could probably, you know, get out one or two more if I absolutely had to. But more often than not, I'm going just about to the point where I probably wouldn't be able to do any more reps with each given weight that I'm doing. And that's another reason why, if I do want to keep my reps at 6, as I do with these working sets, what I'll do is if 6 feels too easy for me, I'll put on these little 5-pound weights on the sides to make it, you know, a 10-pound increase, which will bring that difficulty level up to where I want it to be for 6 reps. And once again, the reason I do this is just out of personal preference. I think I have heard some people talking about, you know, training to failure all the time isn't really that good of an idea, but that's just how I've always trained, how I've always enjoyed training. And I think that line of whether or not you can do another rep or not is just a good little sort of mental indicator of whether or not you're making progress. Because if that line, you know, over time, you know, you can only do 6 of reps at one weight at one point, you know, when you can start to do 7 and 8 at that exact same weight and it feels easy and you can do it consistently, that's how you know you've made progress. And that's also a good time for you to start increasing that weight for your 6x6 sets. Now, I know this is my chest day, but I'd like to give you an example. Yesterday was my leg day, and it was a pretty intense leg day. I went to the gym not feeling my best, but I hung in there and ended up having an awesome workout. Now, my legs are a really good example of this idea that I'm talking about, because my legs have been getting much stronger. I've really been having a lot of good leg workouts, and that's encouraging. And my max has been going up, my reps have been going up, so I feel good about that. But for example, yesterday, normally I would only be able to do like 4x4. I mean, well, not like normally, but maybe a month ago or so, I was able to do 4x4 at like 245, and now I was able to do 255, but I did 5x5. I was doing 5 reps of 255, where I was only able to do 4 reps of 245 before. And I did 5 sets of that, so I felt really good. On top of that, there were times where I could only squat 275 once or twice. And the other day, yesterday, I did 4 sets of 275 for 3 reps, and I was even able to do 4 reps for one of those sets, so I was really happy. Then capped it off with 315 again. Didn't try to go for a new max or anything. I was happy with 1 rep at 315 after all the volume I did. But as you guys will see here, getting back to the chest day, I was able to push 295 really easily, so I decided to go ahead and bump it up to 305. Now, this is after a whole lot of volume, and I remember this day I didn't get another meal in before the gym, so I wasn't feeling my strongest, but I still wanted to go for it. And now, I would call that like a failed attempt at 305. However, I did push it a little bit, and I was able to hold it for a while, so that weight is in my system. Now, although I wasn't able to get 305, we dropped it back down to 295, and I wanted to get another attempt at 295. So, this is generally how my workouts go, is I will do lots of volume, laddering up, you know, 6x6, 5x5, 4x4, maybe like a 3x3, maybe a 2x2, not usually a 2x2, but usually like a 3x3, and then I'll do just like a 1 rep, see what I can do for my 1 rep max for the day. Even if it's not my true 1 rep max, because I'm kind of fatigued, I don't really care about that. As we talked about in another video, I like to just see what I can do at the end of all the work that I've done. When I'm tired, I want to see what I've got left in me. So, we got 295 up another time really easily, and then I went for just 300 even this time, and once again, I wasn't even able to push 300 even. So, we get a pretty clear idea of where my strength is at right now. Right now, I'm just basically 295 on the bench, but that will go up for sure. Even though I didn't complete those reps at 305 or 300, I was still able to hold that weight for a little while. That's still in my muscles. I know what that weight feels like, and we got a ton of really solid work working up to it. So, the next thing I did for the day was some incline pressing, and I was feeling pretty good on the incline press, so I went ahead and tacked on a little bit of weight on there, and that's something I want to encourage myself to do over time. Is usually I really only bench press just the bar with 245s on there for my incline pressing, but I wanted to, you know, challenge myself a little bit, have incline be something I put a little bit more of my energy into, something I challenge myself up against a little bit more. So tacked on what I've got 135 plus 30, so that's 165 here. Still pretty fatigued from my flat benching, but like I said, I want to give a little bit more effort into the incline bench press, and as a result, it does feel pretty light going up, but because I'm so like not really used to the exercise, it can get heavy pretty quick. So I'm gonna show you guys this. I was feeling pretty good. I know I wanted to get a couple more reps in. Went for this one, couldn't quite get it, so I just had to pick it up and put it back down, man. That was a little too heavy for me. However, I was not satisfied with that. I wanted to get this for 8 reps, so I took a moment to catch my breath, get that bar back up on there, get focused, and give it another shot. So, once again, this isn't that much weight. Just pretty fatigued at this point. So, and that's one of the things I like to do. I mean, the gym, I talked about this before, it's like a place to set challenges for yourself. You know, put yourself in a situation where you are tired, where you are beaten down, but you still have to summon your will and, you know, just push with everything you've got to accomplish something. And there we go. It wasn't a whole lot of weight, but I got my 8 reps that I wanted, so I was happy. And once again, like we've talked about in chest day videos in the past, I am trying to get more dumbbell work going, and I know that you guys often ask about it, so I try to show it to you guys a little bit more too. Been going to the gym pretty late, which is, you know, sometimes it's tough to get yourself out the door, but at the same time, the gym ends up being a little bit more empty, so that's okay. I've been working really, really hard on YouTube, working really, really hard on the stream, and it's okay if the days get a little bit longer as long as I get all my stuff done. But regardless, because the gym's a little more empty, I'm able to film a little bit more of this dumbbell stuff. Because as you guys know, at the gym, a lot of people want to be in front of the mirror doing dumbbells, so it's all good. But, want to get my dumbbell presses going. Now, for these dumbbell presses, I'm not really doing them in the same way that I would do a barbell press. I'm sort of combining like a fly and a press into one movement, just trying to get some activation on my upper chest. And you'll see that I'm using a little bit of an incline on this bench, but it's actually a flat bench that you can just sort of like incline a little bit. So it's not a very steep incline, but it's still enough to have a really good position to press and try to activate your chest muscles from. So really trying to use this to activate my upper chest. I want to try to get that upper chest to grow, which is a tough part to focus in on, but that's something that I have in my mind as a goal of mine during this bulking phase. But so basically my workout for today was some flat bench, incline bench, did a lot of dumbbell work, did some tricep extensions, didn't film any of those though. You guys know what those look like. And then of course I'm finishing up with this classic chest fly machine. Really just trying to have this isolation movement, get everything out of my chest that I possibly can, even though it's really fatigued at this point. But I had a thought that I want to share with you guys about the whole training to failure idea. So here's the thing. Training to failure, I wouldn't recommend it if you guys are going to the gym on your own. I really don't want you to be caught in a position where you literally can't do any more of the reps that you're trying to do, and then you have to sit there with a bar on top of your chest. With the incline, it was alright because I wasn't really doing that much weight, and I could just pull it off myself if I needed to. But on flat bench, man, that sucks. You don't want to get stuck in a position like that. So if you've got a spotter, like oftentimes Jenny will come over and spot me when I'm getting into the heavier weight that I really am going to have to challenge myself on. That's awesome. Jenny's a huge help in that situation. But if you guys don't have a spotter, I would encourage you to maybe, you know, try to just push it to the maybe where you got a couple more reps left in the tank, and just have the work that you get done be done off of volume. So maybe do more sets, just not as many reps per set. Or you can do what I used to do, and what some of you guys used to make fun of me for, but you can actually use a Smith machine. And I was a huge fan of the Smith machine. It helped me get my bench up, it helped me learn how to squat, it helped me learn how to deadlift. Now eventually I would encourage you to move to the free weight versions of all those movements, but when you're just learning, go ahead and learn on a Smith machine if you have one, if you want to. And by a Smith machine, I mean like a machine where you have the bar, but it's supported so that you can lock it in if you need to at any point. So, Smith machine was a huge help to me, guys. Train to failure if you feel like it, but if you can't, if you don't have like a gym buddy or something, hop onto that Smith machine and see what you can do. But alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Really hope you enjoy these videos because I love making them for you. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace!